Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Penny J. Fall Gymnasium on the campus of Washington College. This is Jason Bryden on the call of today's Washington College women's basketball game against Swarthmore here on Goose Nation TV as the two teams seek their first Centennial Conference victories of the season. And the opening tip goes to the Shore women. Julia Angeretti to Emma Robinson, Abby Meredith over to Taylor Shane, Caitlin Boggs, the fifth starter for Washington. And stepping out of bounds is Taylor Shane, and that'll be Swarthmore ball. Not the start the Shore women wanted here on this Saturday afternoon. And the pass is picked off by Abby Meredith. The pass by Viana Canyamieto Watson, a freshman from Mechanicsburg, PA. Emma Robinson over to Meredith. Meredith drives, is met by a triple team, and Swarthmore gets the ball. Fast break. Lily Zub can't make the layup. Defensive rebound for Emma Robinson. So both teams have yet to dent the scoreboard. Also starting for Swarthmore, number 34, Raven Richardson, a senior from Brooklyn. Shane for three, off the mark. It will go out of bounds. Swarthmore ball. Also starting for Swarthmore, Samara Diggs, a freshman from San Diego. Claire Matthews, a sophomore from Davidsonville, Maryland, right across the bay. Transferred to Swarthmore from Brandeis. And you had Lily Zub, a sophomore from Schaghticoke, New York, just north of Albany. And Viana Canyamieto Watson, a freshman from Mechanicsburg, PA, right outside of Harrisburg. And Richardson drives, lays it up, but it is short and goes out of bounds, deemed not to touch a Shore woman. It is Washington ball here as we're 76 seconds in. Both teams looking to dent the scoreboard. Washington starters, Caitlin Boggs, senior from Linwood, New Jersey, as Abby Meredith runs into a double team, but the ball will stay with the Shore women as it goes out of bounds off of Swarthmore. Abby Meredith, the senior from Wilmington. Taylor Shane, a sophomore from Clarksville, Maryland. Emma Robinson, a senior from the nation's capital. And Julia Angeretti, a senior from Milan, Italy. And we have the first foul of the game, I believe, is on Claire Matthews. Nope, it's Raven Richardson. Her first, team's first. And Washington on the board with the first basket of the game, a three-pointer to put the Shore women ahead 3-0. Richardson being guarded by Boggs. Matthews for three to try to even things up. Off the mark. Caitlin Boggs with the rebound. To Meredith. Over to Shane. Shane drives, met with a double team. Pass to Andretti, goes through her legs, but right to Boggs. Meredith is fouled by Canyamieto Watson. That will be her first and team second. As Abby Meredith sank the first three of the game and the first points. Robinson, layup, count it. The assist from Taylor Shane. 5-0 Shore women here as two teams looking to go to 1-1 in the Centennial Conference, as this will be the final conference games of the 2025 portion of the schedule. It will resume in January of 26. The shot by Zub off the mark, rebounded by Boggs, passes it out to Meredith as Shore tried to get a little transition there, but unable to do so as Swarthmore, as the Garnet got back. Angeretti drives off the mark. Rebounded by Zub. Pass ahead. Matthews passes out. Canyamieto Watson. To Richardson, off her hands, but does a nice job kind of playing volleyball there and saves the possession. Matthews for 3, off the mark. That will go out of bounds to the Shore Women. Some pressure by Swat, but Washington able to break it. Shane shoots and gets the basket in the jumper in the paint from Andretti. 7-0 Shore Women. Actually, the last foul was on Zub, not for Swarthmore. I thought it was on number 4. It's number 3. Swarthmore in black uniforms with garnet lettering, numbering. So it'll be a little difficult to read. 3-point basket off the mark, a little long. Shane with the board. Washington in the white uniforms with the maroon letter and numbering. Meredith over to Shane. Shane, long 2-point shot, no good. And Emma Robinson unable to get it. But I think the officials have deemed it went off of Swarthmore, so it'll be Washington ball. Shane leaves the game. Peyton Berger, sophomore from Morton, PA, now in the game. We're outside of Philadelphia. Meredith over Andretti. Andretti kind of went through like a pinball there through the paint and draws the foul, so... And is on Zub. That is her second. So, Ellie Carter-Soriano checks in for Andretti. And checking in for Swarthmore, number 15, Emmy Chen, a freshman from Austin, Texas. Carter-Soriano off the inbounds pass. Count it. Gets the friendly roll on the pass from Emma Robinson. 9-0 Shore Women. 4.5 minutes into the ball game. Also in for Swarthmore, Catherine Chadwell, freshman from Longmeadow, Massachusetts. 3-pointer for Swarthmore, count it. Diana Kanyumato Watson gets the garnet on the board on a 3 from the right side. That pass is knocked out of bounds by a Garnet player. It will stay with the Shore Women. To Meredith in the backcourt. Being Carter-Soriano for 3. Off the mark. A little long. Defensive rebound to the Garnet. 9-3 here as we're halfway through the first quarter here in Chestertown. Chadwell called for steps. It will be Washington ball. Inbounding Emma Robinson to Peyton Berger in the backcourt. Ooh, almost stolen there by Swat, but Robinson gets it. Carter-Soriano over to Meredith. Meredith, long 2-point jumper, in and out. Offensive rebound by Boggs, puts it back up and in. Caitlin Boggs, who had a double-double in Wednesday's game against Swarthmore, against 5th-ranked Johns Hopkins, 18 points and 12 boards. Cleans up the missed shot and gets the Shore Women 2 points. Jumper by Richardson gets the friendly roll on about 4 bounces on the rim and drops. 11-5 now, Shore Women. Berger up to Meredith. Boggs picks up the low pass. They kick it back out to Emma Robinson to reset the offense. Robinson drives. Meredith for 3. Splash. Abby Meredith from Emma Robinson, and we're going to have a timeout by the Shore Women, a 30-second timeout. 3:56 left in the first quarter, 14-5 Shore Women. Well, two teams took losses in their first Centennial games on Wednesday night. Washington falling 68-42 to 5th-ranked Johns Hopkins. Johns Hopkins blew open the game with a 18-4 third quarter to turn an 11-point lead into a 25-point advantage. Caitlin Boggs, 18 points and 12 rebounds for a double-double. Emma Robinson pulled down 13 boards for the Shore women. Franklin and Marshall topped Swarthmore 61-35 up at Swarthmore. Canumato Watson with 10 points to lead the Garnet also had 3 steals in the game. Back to the action. Carly Murphy into the game for Swarthmore, the junior from Wildwood, New Jersey, Wildwood Catholic. And an offensive foul. Chen plows into Robinson, and the official says Robinson was there, and an offensive foul to charge. Swarthmore is going to make another sub. Matthews re-entering the game. Maya Cash into the game for the Shore women, number 1. So that is 4 team fouls on Swarthmore. Washington yet to commit a foul. Carter Soriano over to Berger, over to Robinson. Robinson passed to Sarah O'Leary now into the game, just a little too high, and they'll go back to Swarthmore. Had the right idea there, just a little off on the pass. Swarthmore brings it up. Raven Richardson just above the free throw line. 3-point basket shot by Canumato Watson off the mark, but an offensive rebound to Carly Murphy. 3-pointer for Swarthmore. Count it. Catherine Chadwell from Carly Murphy as Murphy found the open Chadwell for 3, and it's a 14-8 ball game. Cash picked up her dribble, but is able to get to Robinson. If she had passed to Robinson while she was in the backcourt, that would have been an over and back, and that would have been a turnover. 3 subs coming in for the Shore one at the next dead ball. Carter Soriano to Cash. Cash's shot airballed, rebounded by Robinson, and Robinson steps out of bounds. That will be a turnover. That was going to be a shot clock violation. It was going to be a turnover one way or the other. It'll be Swarthmore ball. Meredith, Shane, and Boggs back in for Washington. So Boggs, Shane, O'Leary, Meredith, and Berger are the 5 on the court for the Shore women. Richardson from just above the free throw line off the mark. Shane with the rebound. Taylor Shane gets a step on her defender, but loses the ball out of bounds. He'll go back to the Garnet. Swarthmore 2-4 on the season, 0-1 in conference. Swarthmore had a very tough opener. They played two-time national champions and number 1 NYU at Brandeis, and it didn't go very well. They lost 108-49, but give the Garnet credit. They challenged themselves right off the bat. You got to give Swarthmore credit for that. And Washington is 4-6, 0-1. They've also played a top 10. In addition to Hopkins, they also played number 6 Washington and Lee down at Virginia Wesleyan. And that was an 86-46 result for Washington and Lee as ball went out of bounds and then kind of went under the bleachers. Been retrieved by the Garnet and will resume play. Claire Matthews in. Bounds the ball. Matthews for 3. Got it. Splash from Carly Murphy. Couple of assists for Carly Murphy off these last 3. So 14-11. Again, the Shoreland looks like been in control, and Swarthmore's hit a couple threes to dent the lead from 9-3. Meredith on the floater. Score it. Abby Meredith is very good with that float shot from about 10 to 14 feet. Senior from Wilmington. Chadwell was going to go for the 3, but faked when O'Leary cut her off. And that, are they going to call a jump ball or are they going to call a foul? That From here, it looked like that should be a jump ball, but the officials are going to discuss it. Nope, it's going to be a foul on Abby Meredith. That's the Shore women's first. Meredith tried to force a tie-up, but couldn't quite do it. Subs for Washington, Berger and O'Leary leave the floor. Andretti and Robinson back in, so Washington's starting five is back on the floor. Richardson grabs it. Over to Murphy. To Matthews. Matthews, long three. This one short. Rebounded by Caitlin Boggs. Robinson bringing the ball and loses possession. It will be Swarthmore ball. So 45 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Richardson has it. Over to Matthews. Matthews in the paint. Gets it out to Chadwell. Chadwell fakes Robinson, drives, but cut off by Robinson and Boggs. Matthews layup, no good, a little too strong. Robinson with the rebound. Washington can take the last shot here of the quarter, 16-11. Almost a steal there by Cagneto Watson, but goes off of her and out of bounds. Washington will retain possession. Meredith drives, kicks it out to Andretti for three. No good. Robinson with the offensive rebound is going to have to put it up. No good. Short. And Chadwell gets the rebound. So after one quarter, that started off a little slow, but really picked up. 16-11 Shore Women here on Goose Nation TV, part of the Centennial Conference Digital Network. Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter about to commence. 16-11 Shore Women. Swarthmore ball to start the second quarter, as there were no jump balls, and Washington won the tip, so the ball will go to Swat. Three-pointer by Matthews off the mark to the left. Caitlin Boggs gets the rebound, and sure enough, we get a jump ball, and that will go to Washington as Murphy ties up Boggs, but Boggs will get the rebound, and it will stay with the Shore Women. Thought there could have been a jump ball late in the first quarter, but instead a foul was called on Abby Meredith. Speaking of, dribbling the ball up. Over to Shane. Shane into Boggs, who posts up the defender, lays it up and in. Just a little too strong there for Chadwell. Defended Boggs pretty well there, but Boggs was able to power through and get the 2 points, 18-11. Richardson travels, shuffling the puppies, as Bill Raftery would say, and it will be Washington ball. Checking in for Swarthmore will be number 23, Kayla Jacques, a senior from Brockton, Mass. And a foul on the play, and that is on Camieto Watson. Now is her first. I thought she had one earlier, but it was Zub with the foul and checking out and being replaced by Emmy Chen. The coaches, Alicia Mosley for Washington in season number 13. Has guided the Shore women to the Centennial Conference Tournament each of the past 4 years and a trip to the semis in 3 of the 4 as Andretti's pass for Boggs just a little too tall. Dawn Grant in season number 5 as the head coach of Swarthmore led the Garnet to the conference tournament in 2024. To Murphy. Murphy trying to get past Shane. Can't. To Richardson. Richardson out to Chadwell. 2-point basket. It's a 2-pointer for Catherine Chadwell. Her foot was on the line. The official noticed it right away. 2 points. So 18-13. The official points down toward the floor. That means the shot is a 2-point shot. Shane gets past defender and is fouled. I'm not sure if it was on the primary or secondary defender. It looks like it's on the secondary defender there, Raven Richardson. Foul number 2 was Shane got past Jacques and then got hit by Richardson. So Shane will shoot 2, but thought there was going to be a sub. The horn had sounded, but no sub, so Shane will shoot the 2. And there will be no, in women's basketball, there's no subs between the first and second free throw. Shane cans the first. You can sub after the second free throw as long as it's made. I do think SWAT's going to have a sub here if the shot is made. It is. Yep, and Lily Zub back into the game for Swarthmore for Richardson. Zub's got to be careful, though. She's got 2 fouls, so I'm going to have to avoid trying to foul, which would be a third, and you probably would not see her until the second half. Zub out to Murphy, to Chen, to Jock at this free throw line. Chadwell over to Zub. And a shot clock violation. Excellent defense by the Shore women as they would not allow Swarthmore to get a shot off, and a sub is Kanyeta Watson re-enters for Swarthmore and Samara Diggs. Swarthmore has 3 starters back into the game. Chadwell and Murphy, the 2 off the bench in the game right now. 20-13, Robinson brings it up. Andretti to Shane, into Boggs. Boggs triple team. Andretti open for the long 2. Good. Boggs recognized it, found the open Andretti, who sank the long 2-point jumper from the base, right side of the baseline. 22-13. The Shore one has scored 8 of the last 10 points after SWAT cut the lead to 3. Chadwell, a long 3 off the mark and goes out of bounds. It'll go to the Shore women. Other Washington College teams in action today are all on the road. Men's and women's swimming are up at Widener, and men's basketball will be in Brooklyn for the second straight day, playing St. Joseph's of Brooklyn. That will start at 2. Swimming is underway. Shane for 3. Count it from Andretti. Nice look from Andretti to the wide open Shane, who made no mistake and canned that triple. Kanyeta Watson tries to answer and cannot. Defensive rebound to Meredith, who beat Zub to the ball. Shane gets past her defender, Pass to Boggs. Score it. Nice basketball there by the Shorewomen. Great pass from Meredith to Shane. Then Shane drove and found a wide open Boggs who was able to lay it up and in. So 2 outstanding passes leads to a bucket and a timeout by Swarthmore, 27-13 with 6:21 left here in the second quarter here on Goose Nation TV, part of the Centennial Conference Digital Network. Timeout about over. 27-13 Shorewomen, 6:21 left in the second quarter. Other Centennial Conference action today. Johns Hopkins at Bryn Mawr. Muhlenberg at Haverford. Franklin and Marshall at Gettysburg. Gettysburg was the only team who did not play the other night, as there's 11 women's basketball teams in the Centennial. So one had to sit it out, the opener, and that was Gettysburg, the champion Bullets. Cognato Watson, 2 off the mark. Robinson with another rebound. You also have Muhlenberg at Haverford. And the other game is McDaniel at Ursinus. Shane for 3 off the mark. Cognato Watson with the rebound. Long pass to Zub. Zub is fouled by Meredith, and it'll be 2. And Abby Meredith is holding her elbow. That does... But she's up pretty quickly. I think she landed on her elbow. They call it the funny bone, but it's nothing funny about it. But hopefully she'll be okay. It looks like she's going to come out for Amaya Cash. I think maybe they'll just take a quick look at her, but she looks like she's okay, which is excellent to see. Zub to shoot 2. First free throw is good. Give you a quick score of the other games. McDaniel up 18-14 on Ursinus. Hopkins only up 13-9 at Bryn Mawr. Haverford up 20-13 on Muhlenberg. And F&M up 22-17 on Gettysburg, all in the second quarter. Three-pointer for Matthews, no good. Boggs with the rebound. Swarthmore got the offensive rebound off the missed free throw, but cannot make the Shorewomen pay. Robinson over to Shane. Shane for 3, short. Boggs saves it. Yes, she does. Over to and Shane picks up the loose ball. What a play by Caitlin Boggs to save it. Andretti is called for steps, so the Shorewomen can't take advantage of the great play by Boggs, but just a great play there. Didn't give up on the play and gave the Shorewomen at least a chance to score some more points on the possession, but not to be. Peyton Berger back in for the Shorewomen. Cognato Watson for 3 off the mark. That's going to go out of bounds. No one's going to save that one. And it goes to the Shorewomen. Washington won both meetings last year, 43-37 here in Chestertown. And then 52-36 on December 7th of 2024 up at SWAT. So it was Washington's first sweep in the season series since 18-19. A turnover there by the Shorewomen. Zub's shot is blocked by Cash. Cash got her hand in there and blocked it, and it goes out of bounds. It'll stay with the Garnet, but a good play by Amaya Cash to come from behind, block it, and more importantly, not foul. The pass is a little too hot to handle there for Cognato Watson and is taken by the Shorewomen. Berger with the ball. To Robinson, to Cash. Cash over to Berger, gets into Boggs and is fouled by Diggs, who is wobbling her. Could have jammed her hand there for just a moment. That cannot feel good. And that is... And Shane checks out for Ellie Carter-Soriano. That is Diggs' first, the team's third. Fouls are 8-2 so far. Long shot by Carter-Soriano, no good. Defensive rebound for the Garnet. Raven Richardson back in for Swarthmore, number 34. From Brooklyn, whereas the Shoremen are playing this afternoon, so... And a traveling violation, it'll be Washington ball. The Shoremen played Pratt, another Brooklyn school, last night up in New York City, and got a 62-51 win as John Nolte ignited the 16-0 run that flipped the whole game, scoring 12 of his career best 25 points, setting a career high in the win. So, jumper by Carter-Soriano off the mark, defensive rebound Raven Richardson. It was 20-13 Pratt with about 5 minutes to go in the first half, and by the time the run was over, it was 29-20 Shoremen in the first minute of the second half. Nolte had 12 points of the 16, and Ty Woodland had the other four, excuse me. The other two baskets. Zub has to put it up, no good. Berger with the rebound. Shoreland defense is really clamped down here in the second quarter. Just 3 points for Swarthmore. Cash gets past Richardson. Can't lay it up, though. Over to Robinson, to Carter-Soriano. Had a little trouble handling the pass, but grabs it. Robinson, Carter-Soriano for three from the top of the arc. Good from Emma Robinson. 30-14 as the Shoremen hold a 14-3 edge here in the second quarter. Long pass. Berger nearly had a chance to steal it, and this time loses it. The long outlet pass for naught as Zub is there to take it back for Swarthmore. Zub to Matthews. They got 8 seconds. They got to get a shot off. Zub will for three. In and out. Carter-Soriano does a nice job of boxing out and gets the rebound. That was definitely a 50-50 ball, and Carter-Soriano made sure it was a 100-0 ball for the Shore women. Boggs. Over to Carter-Soriano. Three-point shot. Good. Back-to-back threes for Carter-Soriano. This one off the pass from Boggs. 33-14 as the Shoremen have blown this game open. 17-3. Matthews for three is fouled by Berger. The last thing you wanted to do if you're the Shorewoman there, but Berger hit her on the arm after the shot had been let go, and that is a foul. So Berger called for the foul. Sarah O'Leary and Andretti back in for Boggs and Cash, so for Berger, that is her first, team second. The first of three free throws by Matthews off the mark. Matthews entered today's game at 75% from the line, 3 of 4. The second is no good, too, so looks like there's a lid on the basket for Swarthmore right now. I'm sure Swarthmore feels that way. Third free throw is good, so 1 of 3 for Matthews there. So the foul really doesn't come back and haunt the Shoreline all that much. A little bit, but not all that much. As we're about 75 seconds away from halftime, Carter-Soriano had Robinson open for a moment, but wisely held it. Carter-Soriano tries to shoot into a double team. It gets blocked by a Swarthmore defender. I can't tell which one. It might have been Murphy. and it will go out of bounds to the Shorewomen as it went off of one of the SWAT defenders there. An excellent defensive effort there by Camieto Watson, but unable to save it from going out of bounds. He'll stay Shorewoman ball. And to Angeretti. And a shot clock violation there. Excellent defense by the Garnet as they force a shot clock violation. Final minute, 33-15. All Shorewomen this quarter. 19-4. Very solid defense by the Shorewomen this quarter. Just one field goal made, a couple free throws. Murphy gets the layup, was able to find a hole in the defense and drive to the tin and laid it up and in. And a bad pass by Berger. Robinson saves the possession, though. That could have been an easy 2 points for Swarthmore if they had gotten possession of it, because there would have been nobody between the Garnet player and the basket. And Carter Soriano, and they say it goes off of Chadwell's foot. 10 seconds left. Oh, no, it did go out in the backcourt, but it went off of a foot of Swarthmore, so that negates the backcourt violation. Up to Berger. Berger into O'Leary, blocked by Chadwell. And then Murphy's desperation shot blocked by Robinson. So both teams get a blocked shot here in the final seconds. So Washington will take a 33-17 lead into halftime. A 17 to 6 second quarter. I thought it said 19 to 4, but actually 17 to 6. So Washington pushes its lead from 5 to 16. So 33-17 at halftime for the Shorewomen. We'll be back in a little bit here on Goose Nation TV, part of the Centennial Conference Digital Network. Welcome back, everyone. 33-17 Shore Women. Swarthmore to get the ball to start the third quarter. First half stats. Taylor Shane with 9 points on 3 field goals, 1-3, and a couple free throws. Leading all scorers. Swarthmore's leading scorer is Catherine Chadwell with 5 points. Richardson over Boggs. Count it. The two-pointer from just beyond the free throw stripe. 33-19, a good start for the Garnet here as they've got a 16-point deficit to get out of. Boggs lays it up and in on the pass from Angeretti. The Shorewomen after today will be off for finals next week, but will be back in action next Saturday as Robinson picks off that pass. They will host St. Mary's at 2 p.m. as Boggs got the shot off. Thought might have been fouled, but no call there as Murphy held her ground. So Swarthmore gets it back. Zub. As that pass is nearly picked off by Meredith, but Swarthmore keeps it. Three-pointer off the mark. Meredith with the rebound. 35-19 here in the first 80 seconds of the second half. Boggs to Robinson. And a foul on Chadwell. For Chadwell, that is the first. That is her first. Team's first of the third quarter. Meredith with the ball. Into Boggs. Nice pass to Shane. Can't convert. Chadwell with the rebound. Nice interior pass there by Boggs, but Shane unable to finish. Three-pointer. Good. Conmieto Watson drains the triple. 35-22 now. Steal by Swarthmore. Lays it up and in. Zub as Conmieto Watson and Zub forced double-teamed Meredith and took the ball. So, and get an easy 2 points off the layup as Robinson's layup is no good. Rebounded by Murphy. Chadwell fouled by Angeretti. The Shorewomen, the Washington crowd thought it was a travel, but the officials felt otherwise, and that'll be on Angeretti. It looks like it's on Emma Robinson, actually, her first. Team's first. Jumper by Swat off the mark. Defensive rebound, Robinson. First half, Meredith had 2. Berger had 1. Those are the only fouls. Angeretti, 3 points off the mark. Robinson with the rebound to Shane. Shane uses the glass and scores. Timeout Shorewomen. 30 seconds in length. 37-24 here. 3:05 into the third quarter. So we have a 30-second timeout here on the floor. So the Shorewomen will be back in action next Saturday, 2 p.m. here at Penny J. Fall Gymnasium. You can see that Goose Nation TV if you cannot make it out. Swarthmore will be in action also against St. Mary's on Tuesday night. So at Swarthmore, 7:30 tip up at Tarble Pavilion on the campus of Swarthmore. So St. Mary's will be on the mind of both teams after today. That's St. Mary's, not Georgia. 6:50 left here in the third quarter. The Garnet have chipped into the lead a little bit. Got down to 13. Had it to 11 just a moment ago. Richardson gets past Boggs and is fouled by Robinson. That'll be Emma's second. Boggs gambled there to go for the steal. Didn't get it, and Robinson was able to. Robinson forced a foul. Richardson on the season, a 38% free throw shooter and misses the first. 3 for 8 entering today's game. We'll have one more. Richardson drains the second, so 1 for 2 for the senior from Brooklyn. The Borough of Churches. Shane catches that pass. Shane for 3. Good. Shane kind of bailed out that little bit of a high pass by Emma Robinson. Swarthmore defender backed off a little bit, and Shane's like, I'm going to let this fly. And it was good for 3 points, 40-25, back to 15 points. Taylor Shane, 5 straight points. Ooh, Peyton Berger had that in her sights for a moment, but ends up with the ball. Turnover by the Garnet. Berger into Boggs. Boggs lays it up and in. Got great interior position on Zub, and that was a mismatch. 6'2 Boggs on a 5'8 Zub. That's usually going to favor the Shore women. 42-25. Back to is the Shore now taking a 17-point lead. And a turnover for Swarthmore. So Garnet, who got it to 11 just a little bit ago, now the lead's back to 17 here as Washington has scored 7 of the last 8 points. As the Garnet turned that over, and Washington with the ball. Pressure by the Garnet. So we're looking to force some turnovers and get some easy buckets out of it. It's going to be probably its best way to get back into the game next to just shooting the lights out. Berger over to Robinson, into Boggs. Boggs is fouled. I don't think it's going to be, it's deemed a shooting foul. Conrado Watson fouled from behind. That is her second. Boggs will go to the line for 2. First is up and true. Boggs entered today at 62% from the line, 29 for 47. Drains both, so now up to 31 for 49 on the season. Entered today's game averaging 14.1 and 11.3 rebounds. In the top 40 nationally in rebounds per game at 11.3. I believe 39th. Emma Robinson is 22nd at 12.2. And Conrado Watson goes into Boggs, and Boggs stands her ground and gets the block shot and a travel on Emma Robinson. That will be Swarthmore ball. Shoreland looking to go into finals on a good note. As yesterday was the last day of classes here at Washington College for the fall semester. Hard to believe. There'll be finals next week, and then the kids will be home next weekend for winter break. Well, most of the kids anyways. 3-pointer by Conrado Watson off the mark. Berger gets the loose ball. Brings it up. Gets through the double team. To Meredith. Meredith open for 3. He's going to take it in and out. Zub with the rebound. Carter Soriano was trying to get there, but Zub had good positioning. Murphy for 3. In and out. Boggs with the board. Carter Soriano up to Berger. Berger slows it down. As soon as the Shoremen realized the fast break wasn't there, they slowed it up and go into their half-court offense. Carter Soriano. Ooh, Richardson tried to steal it. In good interior passing from Boggs to Robinson for the layup. 46-25. The Shoremen have blown this open, and it is a timeout, this time called by the Garnet. I believe it'll be a full timeout. I'm going to see what the ref... No, it'll be 30 seconds. So the teams will have to stand for Caitlin. Well, we have a moment here during the timeout. Caitlin Boggs is on a roll lately. Second team All-Centennial player from last year. Also academic All-Centennial, which means you made the Centennial Conference Academic Honor Roll and All-Conference. Boggs has 4 straight double-doubles, and 5 of her last 6 games have been double-doubles. She's playing outstanding ball. And so far today has 7 boards and 12 points. So a chance to definitely get double-double number 5 in a row and 6 of 7. Long 2-point shot by Zub off the mark. Richardson with the rebound and goes out of bounds. It must have been deflected off of the Shorewind. Peyton Berger didn't think it went off of her, but the official deemed it did, and it will be Swarthmore ball. Into Richardson. Over to Zub, being guarded by Meredith. And a shot clock violation. That's at least 2 the Shoremen have drawn in this game. 3:17 left here in the third quarter. More subs. Boggs out of the game right now, so will not be adding to the 12 points and 7 boards. Chadwell re-enters for Swarthmore for Murphy. At the end of the quarter, we'll check the scores of the other 4 games. Also, Dickinson steps out of conference today. They are at Mary Washington. That game tipped off at 2 p.m. The men will not start conference play until next month. Meredith 3 off the mark. Richardson with the rebound. Berger and Robinson trying to take it but can't do it. Long outlet pass to Chadwell. Chadwell guarded by O'Leary, but is guarded a little too well in a foul. And Shoreland wanted to travel, but they're going to get a foul call instead, and that is on Sarah O'Leary. That is her first of the ball game. Or wait, correction, they actually called on Abby Meredith. I thought that was on O'Leary, so must have said Abby got her hand in the cookie jar there and committed the foul. Chadwell cans the first. Entering today's game, Chadwell, 83% from the line, 20 of 24, so now up to 84% with 21-25, and sinks the second as well. So team leader in free throws made entering today at 20 is now up to 22. 46-27. Stays here as Cash has the ball knocked out of her hands, but off of a Swarthmore defender. Carter Soriano. Over to Berger. Berger drives, lays it up, and draws the foul on Richardson. Richardson looks perplexed, but no, wait, it's not on Richardson. It is on, actually, Claire Matthews. First foul, third team foul. So Matthews called for the foul. Berger at the line for a couple shots. Good drive there by Berger to draw the contact. 5 for 6 from the line entering today. Is now 6 of 7. Berger, who wears number 41 at the line. Second one is off the mark. Richardson with the board. Swarthmore, long two, good. Conmietto Watson cans the long two, 47-29. Berger loses it momentarily, but gets it back before it goes out of bounds. O'Leary into Robinson, out to Carter Soriano, over to Cash. Into Robinson. Robinson fumbled it for a moment, but keeps possession and gets the 2-point layup. Good passing there by the Shorewomen leads to the lay-in by the senior from DC. 90 seconds left here in the third quarter. And an offensive foul on Conmietto Watson. Let go of the pass, but then ran into a Washington defender, and that is foul number 3 in the game. Washington ball up 20, so Swarthmore made a dent into the lead early in the third, got to 35-24, but it's been all Shorewomen since. 14 of the last 19 points. Robinson, a 10-second violation. Robinson did not get the ball over in time. The official noticed the shot clock was at 19 and calls a 10-second violation. A team turnover. So Washington gives the ball back to Swarthmore with 75 seconds left here in quarter number 3. Foul that Cash bumped Matthews, forced Matthews lost her balance for just a moment there, enough for the foul to be called. 14 foul on the Shorewomen. They have no more to give in this quarter. That is the first foul on Cash. So Swarthmore will shoot, both teams will shoot free throws the rest of the way on the next foul this quarter, unless it's a player control foul. Richardson shot short. Good defense by O'Leary there. Carter Soriano with the rebound. Forced Richardson to go over her and could not do it. Shane, long two, score it. Taylor Shane with the long two, and it's now 51-29. Three-pointer for Matthews, a little long. Robinson with the board. Cash with the ball. Robinson to Shane. Shane for 3, no good. Defensive board. Matthews, 16 seconds left. They do have time. They're going to go for the last shot here, I would think. Chadwell shot, no good. Richardson offensive rebound. Out to Murphy for 3, no good. O'Leary with the rebound, going to hold on to it, and that is all she wrote for the third. 51-29 Shorewomen. Another solid quarter for the team after a quick spurt by Swarthmore in the first minute or two. 18-12 for Washington in the third. And leading the way for Washington in points is Taylor Shane with 16, Boggs with 12. For Swarthmore, Conmietto Watson with 8 points to lead the Garnet. We'll go through the other scores of the conference quickly here. Third quarter, 3:53 left, 29-29, McDaniel and Ursinus in Collegeville. And I said the Hopkins-Bryn Mawr game was 13-9 and close after one quarter. Well, Johns Hopkins has busted that game open. The 5th ranked Blue Jays now lead 47-17 midway through the third quarter. Haverford in the final minute of the third quarter leads 42-37 on Muhlenberg at Haverford. And after a slow start for Gettysburg, who trailed 22-17 last time I mentioned the score, with 8:19 left in the fourth. The Bullets lead the Diplomats 46-35 in Gettysburg. So the fourth quarter about to start here. 51-29 Shoreland. Shane inbounds the ball to Meredith. Boggs needs 3 boards for another double-double. Meredith with the ball. Looks like there was a little confusion on the offense. Meredith to Angeretti. Boggs with the screen. A pass to Shane. Shane gets the pass. Angeretti 4-3. They got to get a shot up, and they're not going. Shot clock violation. The offensive possession there just looked completely discombobulated, and it's going to be Swarthmore ball. It just looked like maybe players were out of position, and sometimes it gets discombobulated, lose track of time, and leads to a shot clock violation. Chadwell's 2, no good. O'Leary with the rebound. Up to Meredith. To Angeretti. Into Boggs. Nice pass by Angeretti to Boggs, who lays it up and in. First points of the fourth quarter to the Shorewomen, 53-29 here, just a minute into the fourth. Three-pointer from Kamiata Watson, no good. Offensive rebounds up as Boggs was trying to get it, but lost possession, and Zub was there to take it. And the 2-point jump hook shot in the paint by Murphy. Count it. Gets it over Boggs. 2 South Jersey products going right there. And a turnover by the Shorewomen. Lays it up and in. Chadwell, as the Garnet forced a turnover at midcourt. The Garnet press has given the Shorewomen some trouble at times this afternoon. They were able to get early third there, forced a couple, and were able to get some baskets. Boggs no good. Murphy with the board. Carrying violation. You don't see that very often, but Kamiel Watson called for a carry. It'll be Washington ball. Swarthmore cannot afford many more empty possessions in this game. Down 20, 53-33. So that was an empty possession. That ball goes off of a leg of a Swarthmore defender, I believe Zub, and that will be Washington basketball. The official has Emma move a couple feet to inbound the ball. Meredith over to Shane. Into Robinson, and that's going to go off of Robinson's hands. The pass was a little off the mark. I'm not sure who would get credit for that turnover, but it's a turnover on the Shorewomen nevertheless. Here on this Saturday afternoon in Chestertown. Kamiata Watson for 3, no good. Offensive rebound Murphy as the ball went over Boggs' hand. 3 for Chadwell, no good. Offensive rebound Zub. That's going to be a tie-up. It will stay with the Garnet. Oh, definitely a battle on the boards there for that loose ball. Swarthmore to inbound. Zub gets it in the corner, but is able to get out. 2-point shot, no good. Defensive rebound Boggs has number 8 in the game for the senior. Robinson to Boggs to Meredith. Boggs double team to Shane for 3, no good. Robinson wins the battle for the rebound to Shane. Shane's 2-point shot, no good. This time the Garnet get the rebound, as it is Diggs with the board for the Garnet. So the second chance opportunity for Washington goes astray. Kamiel Watson runs right into O'Leary. O'Leary stands her ground and gets the block shot, and Washington gets the ball. Robinson over to Meredith. Three-pointer, good. Count it. 56-33. The Washington, with the good defensive stand on the last possession, they convert it into a triple. Kamiel Watson drives on Shane, but cut off by Robinson. 3 points for Swarthmore. No good. Boggs with the board. Rebound number 9. The pass a little too much on the pass from Shane into O'Leary, and we're going to have a timeout for Swarthmore. We'll find out if it's a full or a 30 in just a second. It is a 30, so we will be back in just a moment here on Goose Nation TV. Welcome back, everyone. 50 to 6:33 here with 5:40 left. Shorewomen with a 23-point lead. Boggs kind of got her leg caught there with Murphy, and is going to be called for the foul, her first. Just the first. It's actually the first foul of this fourth quarter. Short. Meredith tips the ball, but Zub gains possession back for Swarthmore. 2-point shot by Chen, no good. Defensive rebound, Emma Robinson up to Abby Meredith. Into Boggs, lays it up, no good. Robinson offensive rebound. Meredith three-pointer, no good. That's going to go to Swarthmore as Boggs knocks it out of bounds. Ellie Carter-Soriano is going to check in for Caitlin Boggs. The score at 23 points. I wonder if this is going to be the last we see of Caitlin Boggs in this game. Back to the action. Peyton Berger gets her hand in there to knock the pass away, and that's going to go out of bounds for a out of bounds. Swarthmore will retain possession. It just might be a quick breather. We'll see. Three-pointer for Chadwell. Good. Chadwell sinks another triple to make it a 20-point game. Meredith to Carter-Soriano. Out to Robinson. Over to Berger to Meredith. Meredith drives. Gets it. Looked like she'd gone too far under the basket, but is able to scoop it up and in. What a play by Abby Meredith. Very athletic play by the senior. And that will be a tie-up, and that's going to go to the Shorewomen. Emma Robinson will get the steal. Actually, Carter-Soriano lays it up. No good. Offensive rebound to O'Leary. Her pass is going to be a backcourt violation. It'll go to the Garnet. Boggs actually does have a double-double. 14. That the last rebound, which I thought was number 9, is actually number 10. So 14 points and 10 boards. 5th straight double-double for Boggs. With 3:41 here left in the game, 58-36. So that'll be 6 of the last 7 games and 5 straight for Boggs. Yes, she did have a double-double the other night against nationally ranked Johns Hopkins, 18 points and 12 boards. So we are going to have a 30-second timeout here. We'll be back in just... Actually, we'll just stay here as the horn sounds. Shoreland 341 away from picking up conference victory number 1 and their 3rd straight victory in the series. Swarthmore leads the Allentown series entering today, 34-26. Washington won the first 12 meetings, so 34 of the last 48 have gone the way of the Garnet, but it'll be 34-49 after today, barring a crazy ending here as the shot by Murphy is off and it goes out of bounds. Washington won the first 12 from 93-94 through 98-99, and then Swarthmore took the next 13 from 99-2000 through 2005-06. Last year, Washington had its first sweep since the 18-19 season. Where O'Leary was able to handle the pass. Richardson tried to get her hand in there, but couldn't. Meredith drives to O'Leary. Carter Soriano lets the three-pointer go. A little short. Chen with the board. Gets past Robinson. Claire Matthews drives. Kicks it back out to Chadwell. Chadwell tries to get past Berger. Cannot. Kicks it back out to Matthews. 12 on the clock. Shot clock. Murphy, Richardson, that's going to be a jump ball. It's going to stay with the Garnet. 4 on the shot clock. They're going to have to get one off very quickly. Maya Cash into the game for Carter Soriano. Swarthmore with a couple subs as well. Try to get those to you. Looks like it's Zub and Conmiato Watson. .58-36 here as Swarthmore will inbound the ball. Out to Chadwell. Chadwell's going to let it fly and gets it. Chadwell with another basket, who has had a very good game for Swarthmore this afternoon. As Cash with the ball. Dribbles it out to Berger. Chadwell now with 12 points, with 15 this afternoon, leads Swarthmore in points. Berger loses it for a moment, but maintains possession. Driving layup, no good. Defensive rebound, Richardson. Zub, jumper in the paint, off the mark, and Cash with the board. Dribbles it out of bounds. They're going to give it to Swarthmore as Zub was able to knock the ball off of Cash, so Boggs is going to come back in with 1:48 left for O'Leary. So Zub still giving it all despite being down 19 with just under 2 minutes to go. Boggs deflects that pass out of bounds, and Mia Philibin's going to check in for the first time today, the freshman from Delaware. From Wilmington, who's also going to be on the softball team in the spring. Checks in for the first time this afternoon. Mia, Concord High School product from Wilmington. Three-pointer for Zub, no good. That's going to go off of Jock and a Shore Women ball. Robinson to inbound. Into Berger. 90 seconds left here. Shoreland on their way to picking up Centennial Conference victory number 1 and the 3rd straight victory in the series against Swarthmore. Kanye Watson, though, steals the pass from Berger, and Robinson tried to draw the charge, but it's going to be called for a blocking foul. No, actually a hack. So the referee signaled it was across the arm, so that is Robinson's 3rd in just a second this quarter. Kamiata Watson to shoot 2, and the first is off the mark. Entering today's game, Kamiata Watson was 75% of the line, 18 for 24. I believe these are her first 2 of the game. Second is off the mark, too. Emma Robinson with the board. Yep, those were her first 2 this afternoon. And a timeout by the Shore women here with 72 seconds left, 30 seconds in length. So we'll do a quick look at the other games while we're in timeout here. McDaniel up at her, Sinus 48-45 with 5.5 to go in the 4th. Johns Hopkins 75, Bryn Mawr 20 with 7 minutes to go in the 4th. That was 13-9 after 1, so Bryn Mawr got nearly half its points in the first quarter. Haverford 49-44 over Muhlenberg at Haverford with 4.5 to go, and Gettysburg with just under a minute to go leads Franklin and Marshall 60-41. The other game this afternoon, Dickinson stepped out of conference. They are at Mary Washington. That game tipped off at 2 p.m. Cash with the ball. Over to Berger. Berger drives over to Boggs to Cash. Philibin jumper good. Mia Philibin sinks the basket and is getting mauled by her teammates. For Philibin, that is her first 2 career points, so congratulations, Mia, on the bucket. Drains the shot from about 17 feet and gets mobbed by her teammates. So the perfect capper for the Shore women today as they now lead 60-39 here in the final minute. And for Swarthmore now, number 33, Kayla Fruchman, a senior from Claymont, Delaware. The shot there off the mark. Shorewomen get the ball. They're going to have to shoot it. Berger loses it and it's Zub got her hand in there, forced the ball back into the backcourt, and a turnover as Berger knocks it out of bounds. Well, Swarthmore will get the ball one last time. The ball did get into the front court, so this is a determination. If the ball doesn't get to the front court, shot clock goes to 20. Oh. Swarthmore waiting to inbound the ball. 20 seconds on the shot clock. I guess they deemed that the possession turnover happened before. It's 20 seconds left on the shot clock, so it looks like maybe the turnover happened before it got cross midcourt. So Swarthmore will have to shoot. Kamiel Watson, long 2, no good. Cash with the rebound, and Shoreland are going to try to dribble it out. Swarthmore, though, fighting to the very end. Berger to Robinson. And it's stolen by Chadwell, last play of the game. That will not count. The shot is no good. Chadwell with a steal in the final couple seconds, but that's going to do it. So 60-39 final. The Shoreland win their 3rd straight in the series. A game that they led the entire way, took the lead 94 seconds into the game and never looked back. So 60-39 victory. We'll do some quick stats here for Swarthmore. Catherine Chadwell, 15 points on 5 of 10 from the floor, 3 of 6 from 3, and nailed both free throws, leading the way at 15 points. Lily Zub with 6 rebounds for Swarthmore to lead the Garnet. For Washington, Caitlin Boggs, 14 points, 10 rebounds, so another double-double, 5 in a row, 6 of the last 7. Emma Robinson, game best, 15 rebounds, ranked 22nd nationally, averaged 12.2 a game, and her average will go up. Taylor Shane led all players with 16 points, 6 of 14 from the floor, 2 of 6 from 3, and canned both free throws. Robinson also had 3 steals. And Abby Meredith added 11 points and a couple steals of her own. So the Shore women will enter the Centennial Conference break at 1-1, as they'll be back in conference play the first week of January on that Wednesday, January 7th, when they travel to Gettysburg, the conference champs. For Swarthmore will be on January 7th. Will be at Johns Hopkins. So that wraps it up here from Chestertown. Final score, Washington College 60, Swarthmore 39. Thank you for tuning in. Have a great day, everybody. And we'll see you next Saturday here on Goose Nation TV as the Shore Women host St. Mary.